Isro launched the third and final developmental flight of SSLV-D3 EOS-08 mission on August 16th. The launch took place from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. EOS-08 is ISRO's latest Earth observation satellite slated for launch by the small satellite launch vehicle D3. The primary objectives of EOS-08 are to create payload instruments compatible with the microsatellite bus and incorporate new technologies.
Thank you very much for your appreciation. So if you look at SSLV, the development of SSLV started in 2018. So we were a small team which was working on that. And in 4 years' time, we were able to have the first development flight completed. Later, we had the minor hiccup in that first development flight, and it was resolved in 5 months' time. We were able to do the D2 launch, and now we had the third and final development launch of SSLV. SSLV, if you look at it, it's conceived for industry production. It's having built-in design capabilities, design features, which make it industry-friendly in terms of production as well as the assembly operations also. We have also gone like COTS systems for the avionics, so that will be used for our avionics system. So that brings the cost of the launch vehicle tremendously down. If you talk about the D3 mission, our campaign lasted about 15 days. And basically, the launchpad stacking, we wanted to demonstrate that we should be able to complete in 24 hours. If you look at last D2 launch, we took almost 36 hours. But this time, we have demonstrated that we were able to complete the entire assembly operation in 24 hours launch. So that's a capability. That is a quick turnaround capability of SSLV, and launchpad occupancy is very less. So that makes it a very important or a very favorable launch vehicle for commercial purpose, especially for small satellite industries. D2 to D3 we haven't made much changes. It's almost ditto. Whatever changes we have made is only to make the system robust and certain improvements in the system. If you look at the overall configuration wise, the D2 to D3, the vehicle system is very same. No, we are not going to change the design as of now. It will be as such, the design currently which has been developed will be transferred to the industry, and they will be go ahead with the production. So they have, after they have amply captured the design capability, they have the freedom to change the design and for improvement, of course, with the support of with the clearance from the Isro. That's the plan.
See, the EOS-08 satellite is having many new technologies which will help us to improve the bus configuration. In terms of, we will increase more payload mass we can carry. We'll have more data rate download capabilities, data storage capabilities, more power generation. So like that, more than 18 new technologies we are using, which after we demonstrate here, we'll be using in bigger spacecrafts as well. So we will be optimizing the bus configuration with respect to mass, power and volume. So that way, this has multiple new technologies in mainframe and 3 very innovative and new payloads which will aid in our multiple applications, starting from disaster management or new type of remote sensing or the UV dosimeter, which is for Gaganyaan payloads. There are 3 different payloads which we are flying. See, when astronauts are within the capsule of manned mission, they are not supposed to come out of the capsule because it is UV radiation. So this will act as an alarm. It will measure the alarm. If the limits are beyond certain limits, they will not go out. Or if they are out for some operation and they see the limits are increasing, they have to immediately come inside the modules. So such dosimeter, we call it, it will measure the UV radiation dose. So here we are flying it to get onboard experience, how it works, is there any improvement we have to do before actual Gaganyaan flight, and also it will give us the solar variability steady inputs because sun cycle keeps varying. So with this we'll know how sun varies with respect to months or with respect to day of time, how it varies. So actual knowledge of UV radiation outside our atmosphere. What we measure here is we have a layer of atmosphere. So this instrument will be outside atmosphere. So that way we will get the information. Based on the mission we will have this one, sir. We'll come out with useful data and we'll inform.
I have not talked much about the design features of SSLV. It is a much more simpler design compared to a regular rocket. It uses more cost-effective inertial systems. The entire navigation process is different. Its ability to place small satellites is very crucial. It's all based on solid stages with a small liquid trimming upper stage. So the entire architecture and design of SSLV is entirely different than the regular liquid based rockets. And in such rockets, to get a precise injection is always tricky. That is issue that we faced in the first mission. Though his place of satellite, the precision was slightly an issue. So we solved all the problem, made 2 successful missions, and completed the development program. Commercially is basically this has to be transferred to industry, not as a production support. Production support industry is already giving. But ISRO want to make them learn the trick of how to build a reliable rocket and launch. That requires knowledge of how things are done. And that can be learned only by working with us. So this technology transfer is different from a transfer of a knowledge in the form of a documentation, but also working with us. So 2 rockets will be realized by the industry within ISRO by along with us, and the knowledge will be taken back to their workshops and factories to produce in numbers. Now their technical competency, financial strength, their willingness to take that technology transfer fee, all of that just started construction, so it will take 2 years to complete. Gaganyaan, the first mission, unmanned mission, is getting ready. We are targeting this December for the launch.